Okay, so let's start the review. Let's start with, as I said, the slide with pigments. It's pigments that it's called pastel pigments. I've used it in the past for my art. I don't use it anymore because like during the last couple of months I was more like became specifically interested in just oil colors specifically, not acrylics and these kind of colors. But in the past I've already used those as well. So this is the more dense, so it's difficult to see anything besides like the texture of the pigment and the moisture that is imbued in them. But maybe that's in here, but I'm not even certain about that, like the round one, but I'm not certain. And this is from another compartment, like in this like box. I mean, it's natural to see all sort of like natural like creations of the Neros because they're there for quite a bit of time. And I guess that the great majority actually died because it doesn't contain like almost no oil. This is Nero, for example, for sure, like a living one. So they mostly died, but there should be at least several like a living one here, and also in addition several like living one in the P. So it should be enough like to do something, I guess. This is in the right, to the right we see like a Neo, and this is certainly a Neo, like a robot, and another one, and this is a creation, of course, like a creation. This is more another sample of the thick, like the other pigment, which is thicker. Okay, not terribly interesting, I would say, but there are several Neros here, so it is viable to use it as material for electrolysis, even though it might not be like like a full throttle work, but I mean there are some workers here that can presumably do something. Of course, then there are also let's take a look at that, but there should be a little bit in the P as well. So together they might like do something that is actually like meaningful, like maybe to create like big life forms. So this was the first one. This is just my pea from now. I mean, nothing special about it. Fresh pea. You see, I mean, there are remnants of other stuff because they're all used slides, but you can see where the sellotape begins. Like this is where the sellotape begins. I mean, if I had money, one of the things that I would have bought is certainly like a bunch of like new slides, like several good hundreds, because I used a lot of them, and I actually now I need to wash them all the time, and they're getting like they're getting used, as you see. Maybe an acute doctor can tell me, if they identify anything peculiar in here. Maybe I need to eat more vegetables or whatever. So nothing at all. Even though I already reviewed it before this video, and I've seen them identified a while ago. It's not very very fresh. It's maybe, I don't know, an hour, 2 hours, and I've already identified a little bit. So what happened in the meantime? Let's try to think what happened actually. Maybe just not sure that these are real ones. This looks like a real one, but I'm not certain. They seem quite they don't seem very powerful. They seem like very weak one, if at all. Maybe you just zoom in. Maybe just, they are too small for this kind of magnification. Oh, I must clean these lenses. They're so dirty. So what can we say? I'm not sure. Even maybe one or two real ones, but others are questionable. So this mixture doesn't contain much for certain. But okay, it's by piece. It's not really. I've always known that. It was known that it's not something that contains a terrible lot of them. That's why I prefer to use Siemens in the past. Even though today I would prefer, of course, not to use not that one and not this one, but instead the synthetic mixture that after them being they multiply and grow, of course. But since it's not very dense like in Heroes, I haven't used it in the past. Anyway, so I'm tired of searching. So anyway, we'll use this P and without further checks because in any case, I do not rely on the P for the Neros because we have Neros here, and hopefully also here. I've already seen it, but maybe there was some kind of I don't know, an EMP shockwave that killed all nears like in the last hour or so. Let's take a look. That might be one. Okay, so here we see a lot of them, which is great, and also life forms, and one that looks like he's feeding on the blue material. Okay, so let's zoom in. I'm not sure if it's a life form or a Nero that is feeding on the material. So let's zoom out again. I really need to clean those lenses. I actually don't know what are these. I mean, there can be either like Neos feeding or life forms. I guess Neos feeding, but I'm not 100% certain. So yeah, we have ton of Neos here, which is great. And we don't see like major life forms, which is to be expected after the electrolysis. Perhaps a little bit of small life forms, but not major ones, like not very big ones, like we've seen before. But there are things that look like certainly, I mean, there are remnants of life form here. But as I said, it doesn't bother me because, like, this one looks like a life form that with, I mean, the Nero is either eating it or creating it. So certainly, I mean, it's a busy, I mean, mixture. Wow, a lot of stuff. This is probably like a big microbe, I guess. With, I mean, Neros. I mean, this is a bubble, but we see both bubbles and Neros, like, and all sort of like, I mean, things that look like life form, but I'm not certain, like we're not 100% certain. And we see the blue, I mean, the blue feeders. I think that this is like Neros that feed on the blue material, but it's still a conjecture. I mean, maybe I just, force my interpretation, like, according to the newest theories on the new findings, but in any way, we have ton of, like, both, like, Neros and remnants of life forms, and, like, so it's a question, where is all the brown material that we've seen yesterday? It's I mean, from my perspective, it's good that it's not here, because it really hindered the visibility. Now, I mean, this slide is much more visible than the ones that we've taken yesterday from the same mixture, actually, without nothing changed, just time passed. So I'm not sure what chemical process actually caused, like, all the brown material to disappear, but instead we see, like, much more, like, things that look alive than yesterday. And maybe they are, I mean, most probably, I mean, they did not grow, like, I mean, in organic matter. Like, I mean, this is creation of the Neros, whether they are mutants or, like, synthetic life forms. Their size and the fact that they grew that much, like, in a day, I mean, is most probably, I mean, the mischievous misdeeds or, like, I mean, actions of the Neros. Wow, so nice. I should remind you that, I mean, all this time, I mean, I mean, even though there wasn't electrolysis, it's the same symbols. I mean, for like 50 hours or so. So even though only like in first hour we had the electrolysis that was very powerful, as you've seen, it's still there. I mean, it's still. I mean, the command like is still in effect, and like they have like all the material and like the symbols, and I mean the fact that the electrolysis stopped because I mean very quickly the metals just was eroded. So I mean there was no circuit. Doesn't mean that I mean that it's not a container. It's like a valid container with commands and everything. So and it's the same command as before. Just I mean presumably with lack of like energy, unless they can store energy, which is a question that I still don't know if they can actually do it. It's a very important question, but and I don't think that I've ever like had any idea of how to actually test this because it's very interesting, but I don't have any physical way to actually. I don't have an idea. I mean, how to test if these are also if the neurons are also capacitors. I just don't know. If they are, so presumably they can keep their like enhanced like turbo mode even after the 1 hour of electrolysis was stopped. Okay, very interesting. So this mixture will be the basis of the two glasses. And soon I'll start and I'll take a video of the whole whole ordeal, and later I'll do at least I plan to do like to download like an app that is fast forwarding like time lapse videos, so we'll have a time lapse video as well, and hopefully I mean by like this night I mean like maybe like until 9 o'clock p.m. like Israel time, we will have like 3 glasses full of worms, like crawling and living, and it will be wonderful. And maybe other containers will contain more worms, not only those 3. Who knows? So bye for now.